Welcome back to my channel, students. Uh, Last day I had discussed the chapter Sexual Reproduction in Flowering Plants of Class 12 CBSE, and up to microsporogenesis I had discussed. Today I shall start from microspore. Those who couldn't watch the video, they can go to the link through I button. So let us go directly to today's topic, microspore. So today's topic which I am going to discuss now, that is the microspore. First point, what you should remember, the ploidy. Ploidy, the question comes on this, conception should be very clear. Ploidy of microspore. That is N, that means haploid. I discuss the points according to the question which generally comes not only in board but also in competitive exam. Now the another name of microspore, that is the pollen. Microspore, another name is pollen grain. Pollen grain. And this is the male gametophyte of a flower. This is the male gametophyte. These are all objective type of questions, MCQ or 1 marks. Now I am going to the 2 or 3 marks question, that is the structure of pollen grain. Structure of male gametophyte or pollen grain. When the question comes on this, you should be very careful. Male gametophyte it is. Under this, what are the points you should consider? First is spherical. In practical lab also you can visualize this under microscope. That is spherical in shape. Okay, spherical in shape. First point. Second point, double wall structure. Double walled. What are the two walls? One is XII, another is NCERT. Okay. Now there is a story on XII and NCERT both. Question comes, 1 mark objective also here. XII is designed or ornamented. First of all, ornamented. Okay. Sometimes spiny. Sometimes spiny, spine-like structure. You can visualize. Next, made up of, this question is very important. This part made up of an organic material called sporopollenin. This is very important. Sporopollenin. Okay. Sporopollenin. Why it is so important? This chemical compound, this sporopollenin, what happened for this? This chemical compound supplies or provide rigidity to the XII and makes it resistant, to what? First, you should write all the points which are in NCERT. First, to high temperature. Okay. Then, strong acid and alkali. And enzyme actions. Okay, that this makes the pollen grain rigid and the pollen grain cannot be degraded easily, and so it becomes a good fossil. Okay, so for sporopollenin it happens. So if the question comes, what is the significant feature of sporopollenin, why it is so important? So this is the reason, due to this pollen grain is considered as a good fossil. That means it can be preserved in a fossil due to this sporopollenin. Okay. Next, we know what happens. This sporopollenin is present to the whole outer wall, but it is absent to a part of the XII. So, this is also very important. Sporopollenin. The question comes on this. Sporopollenin is absent at a specific part of the XII through which the pollen germinates to form pollen tube. And so this part is called germ pore. So the question comes, at which part of the XII the sporopollenin is absent? So what will be the answer? The answer will be germ pore. So now according to this XII, let us draw the figure of the pollen grain. So this I am drawing pollen grain, and then I am drawing this one. Spiny, ornamented, that means I am drawing what? XII. So the inner wall is called the intine. So pollen grain is double walled, and here I am labeling it as the XII, and this is the intine, and here will be the germ pore. So now it is clear. So now we are going to the next wall. So from the XII only many questions may come. Sporopollenin, why it is can be preserved as a fossil, where is the sporopollenin is absent, like this. Now the second part, the inner wall is called intine. Okay, intine. How is intine? Intine is smooth and continuous. Okay, intine is smooth and continuous. And how it is made up of chemical? It is made up of chemical nature. If you are asked, it is made up of cellulose and pectin. So this is also 1 mark question or MCQ. Another point, this wall, this intine protrudes out through the germ pore to form germ tube, pollen tube. Okay. This is all about intine. Now let us move to again to the diagram, and I will clear one fact, that what is there inside. What is there inside the pollen grain? So let us take this one. Inside the pollen grain, what you will get? The cytoplasm. This is a cytoplasm, dense cytoplasm. Okay. And there will be one nucleus. There will be one nucleus. Okay. So, and also there will be vacuoles. Vacuoles. Okay. Okay. Now what happens, you see, here only, this nucleus in this pollen grain, so let us again draw this pollen grain first. Intine. Then this is the XII. And now the nucleus, mitotically it will divide. How it is dividing? Mitotically. And this whole cell, this pollen grain, it will give rise to two cells. One is bigger with the nucleus. Another will be smaller. Okay. So this bigger one is called the generative cell, a vegetative cell. This bigger one will be what? Vegetative cell. And the smaller one will be called generative cell. Generative cell. Clear? So the generative cell, why it is called? Because it gives rise to the two male gametes mitotically, dividing mitotically. So this is the fate of this pollen grain. So generally at this two cell stage, that is generative cell and vegetative cell, the pollination occur. So let us first write that next is the inside. The XII and intine encloses dense cytoplasm with vacuole and nucleus. Okay. Then what happens? It divides how? Mitotically. Then what are formed? Big vegetative cell. Plus small generative cell. Clear? Now at this two cell stage, what happens? Two parts. In 60% plant at this two cell stage, pollination occur. And in some plant, that is a 40%, in few plants, what happened? Small generative cell gives rise to two male gametes. Then how many total cell? 2 plus 1, 3. 3 cell stage pollination occur. Okay. So generally maximum how many stage? This also comes in exam. How many cell stage? This is maximum 2 cell stage. 2 cell stage. What are the 2 cells? Vegetative cell, generative cell. And in others, 3 cell. What are 3 cell? 2 male gametes, 1 vegetative cell. Is it clear? So now next part comes pollination, that we will go next. Now we have to focus on another part of the question. Sometimes a question comes, that is significance of pollen grain. Significance of pollen grain. Today I shall end my discussion with this. Significance of pollen grain. When significance come, you have to give both advantages and disadvantages. Good effect and bad effect. First is what? If we are going to the bad one, so here the first point comes, pollen causes allergy. Pollen causes allergy. This is a bad effect. And the best example will be what? Parthenium, carrot grass. Parthenium. In common language, it is carrot grass. So these all question comes. So whatever I am discussing according to the questions. Next, the advantages. It is what the advantages? That is a well-preserved fossil. This pollen grain is well-preserved fossil due to sporopollen, already discussed. Next is can be used as supplement, food supplement actually. Food supplement, okay? Food supplement. Achha. Some desirable pollen. Desirable pollen means from which you can get good plant after fertilization. Desirable pollens can be stored, okay, stored like seed bank, sperm, as we store sperm also, stored where? In liquid nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, temperature minus 196 degrees Celsius for future use in plant breeding program. Plant breeding program. This is another, these are the significance of pollen grain. Now there is last part we should discuss, that is the viability. Viability of a pollen grain. This also the question may come. Viability means, what does it mean? Viability. That is the germination of the pollen grain in favorable condition. Okay. So students, actually what happens if I show like this, you know that is a female part, stigma, style and ovary. So a pollen grain when falls on the stigma, then only if it gets good favorable condition and the interaction between stigma and pollen is okay, then it germinates into pollen tube. So this is called the viability, that it can germinate or not. So the viability is if the definition, it is clear. Now the factors on which this viability depends, that is a plant species, the first factor. Next, the environmental condition. These are the factors. And you will get in your NCERT book that there are some examples. In some plants, it remains for months. It remains for months in some plants, and in some it remains only for some few minutes. Like wheat, it remains only, viability remains only for few minutes. Like example, let me write here. For short questions, it is important. Wheat, 30 minutes, it is given in your book. And then leguminosae, solanaceae, rosaceae, all this. So let us take rosaceae, leguminosae, and solanaceae. Solanaceae. Leguminosae. So here it remains for months. So this is all about the viability. So today I shall end my discussion with this description of pollen grains. And students, you know the questions, the type of questions which comes from here. I should mention a few of this question like pollen grain, like questions. Pollen grain as fossil. Why it is can be preserved as fossil? Next, significance of sporopollenin. Or the question may come like why pollen grain cannot be destroyed, the XII sporopollenin. So there also same answer. Next, the significance of pollen grain. Next, germ pore. Where is the sporopollenin is absent? Germ pore. In previous day also which I discussed microsporogenesis, pollen tetrad, then microsporangium, function of tapetum. It is very important, function of tapetum. Function of tapetum, very important. So this type of questions may come 2-3 marks, objective, all this. So whatever points I am giving, if you will go through that accompanied with the NCERT book, I think you will be better.